Okie dokie. Everyone here? All good to go?
Yep.
Alright. Aloha and welcome back to Endwalker. I'm Sam.
Yeah.
Last time. We started building a spaceship. And got the whole truth from the forum about what their plans are.
Well, correction. The forum started building a spaceship. Words are fun.
Yes.
But the forum started building a spaceship, and now we finally got hired on to help get it working.
Well, working properly.
Yes.
And we've already started by starting to procure materials. From literally fucking everybody.
Diplomatic abilities.
Yes. From literally everybody we've met, pretty much. Alright.
The quest description.
I missed it. What did it say?
Quest, no job too small. Description, Alphado is resisting the urge to pat himself on the back.
Okay, that's pretty good. Though our friends are searching for refined adamantite and sacred relics, we will only know if they meet the requirements once they have arrived. In the meantime, is there aught else we might do to be of service? We've already done more than enough. If I had to say, though, I could use someone who knows a thing or two about elegant technology. Turned to Graha.
Looks over at Graha.
You there, the lad with the red eyes and matching hair. You seem to know more than the average scholar. Only Master Kokol knew how right he was. He and Graha established a rapport. Why don't we help with preparations for the Great Exodus? Indeed, this would mean going above and beyond the terms of our arrangement, but I propose this not to curry favor. Confident as I am that we will succeed, we must be ready for every eventuality. This would also be an opportunity to familiarize ourselves with the logistics of traversing the Great Expanse. Everything else, it beats twiddling our thumbs while we wait for the adamantite. So basically, we're keeping ourselves busy.
Yep.
Well, ain't you a bunch of helpful buggers? Don't mind lend a hand, I know where you ought to go. Charlie and Hamlet is lousy with researchers and scholarly types, busying themselves preparing for the Exodus. That lot need all the help they can get. Well then, off we go. Oh, we got right ahead of us.
I love how Kokol just immediately clocked out Graha knew his shit about alligator stuff.
Oh, I'm sure even if he didn't, they would have pointed him out.
Oh,
Still
yeah.
funny though. Take this one out for this expansion for a reason. Gotta keep it feed.
Still on my roulette.
While we ride on over there, I think I said this before, I've been watching Nico B's Xenoblade 3 playthrough.
How far are you at this point? 'Cause I know before you said he was like, you were waiting for his reaction to the Chapter 5 thing.
Yeah, we're still getting through Chapter 5 side content.
Yeah, that tracks.
Yeah, he's been doing it for what feels like a dozen episodes now.
Yeah, Chapter 5 side content is massive.
Can confirm, having done it myself.
I like to imagine that they knew that they were about to hit the players with a fuck ton of story content, so they're like, let's give them a bunch of fun first.
Yeah. I forgot how much of a fun character Triton was.
Oh yeah, Triton's great.
Hello, Alice.
He's actually one of my favorite heroes in that game.
Not surprising. Also, I was remembering just how absolutely fuck-busted Fiona's class was. I remember using it myself half the time once I got it. It's like, that shit is good. From what I can tell, a lot of the people actually live down here. I don't know how much help we can offer, but I just said they'll benefit from some of that fresh inspiration Scholar Montechain mentioned. Start by asking around, ideally without getting in anyone's way. So meet by the Aetheryte once our work is done.
of the other heroes, God, poor Sagiri, her class got fucked over.
Yeah, I honestly don't remember too much about what happened because she came so late in the fucking game.
Her class is debuff based. The problem,
right.
Debuff resistance to stat. And the other problem, debuff yeah, because the problem with the debuff resistance stat is that debuff resistance down is a debuff. So debuff resistance was not the most well thought out.
Nope. On a similar note, he had an experience I didn't get to have. He got to do Ina while going through the story. I had already beaten the game by the time she came out. She's the Walking Xenoblade 2 reference.
I know who she is, yeah.
Okay, just double checking. I also remember her voice was really grating on my nerves when I went through that. Oh, hello. You one of those new helpers? Working on the ether burner? Oh dear, I think it's come to a standstill on that front. Even so, I'd choose that as my current duties. Checking and loading samples day in and day out. It's tiring, thankless work. Still, no one will be cross if I misplace a few legumes or what have you. Form's got enough on the plate as it is, what with deciding who gets to board the Ark and when. A lot of powerful people have opinions about that. What goes out to match fortune and the others. Hardly get a moment's rest, I expect. Do they even have time to sleep? Basically, they're overworked as fuck. Kind of new, because even Aaronville was mentioning that way back at the beginning. Helping with the Ark, and with all the power Master Coco's managed to squeeze out of the ether burn, is still not enough, apparently. Now I hear the final days have arrived. Horrible creatures running rampant all over. We'll be on the Exodus sooner. People are dying, and there'll be no end to it if we don't fulfill our duties. But we will. We spent years preparing for this moment. Even the plan, and all will be well. I forget what the last one was. It's gonna be fun. Oh, here we go.
Wow, I walked right past them.
Afraid to help. It's very kind, but I should be able to organize the rest of the documents by myself. It's mostly lists of things we'll need once we arrive at the moon, and then whichever star we choose is our new home. My duties largely concern maintenance of living conditions, so I'll be a lot busier after we depart. I hear that our lunar collaborators have come down to assist in our efforts. I'm looking forward to finally meeting them in person after having communicated with them in such a limited capacity thus far. To be perfectly honest, I've not even the slightest idea what they look like. I do hope they're not enormous looming giants. Why, I would much prefer something small and fluffy, like that behatted rabbit that ran by. It's like about that. Where am I going? Oh, God, get me next patch. Yep. Oh, there we go. I wait for unlock glamours.
I do not have this ether right yet. Alright, fixing that.
Yeah. I went and grabbed it while I was setting up. Unlock claimers. Did you see that they're adding like a strategy board feature? So that I could like visually show how mechanics are supposed to play out and stuff. Something
Oh,
to that
that's gonna be
effect.
so nice.
Yes. I mean, I'm probably gonna have to set some stuff up ahead of time, but... Fancy meeting you here, Harris. Friends in the forum brought us their teeny tiny toy boat, which was quite impressive considering they didn't use any creation magics. What we're really interested in is the Theris itself, though now we find ourselves in a sort of funny underground miniaturized version of it. Irony. We were hoping the forum would give us a guided tour, but it appears there's rather preoccupied. Honestly, all that time to prepare and they're still not ready. I suppose we'll just have to show ourselves around.
Living way, you do not understand how behind we are on this match. Oh, and that's a connection. I hung by your name there for a second.
I think we did. Or at least that's what we were planning to do until we chanced upon Urianger and your good self. Since you're both dawdling about, engaging in idle chit-chat, perhaps you could show us a few points of interest. Won't that be fun? Oh, good.
We were trying to see who needed help, but...
We're also trying to kill time, so this is as good a thing as any.
This quest description also.
Rising might, Urianger cannot free himself of the labyrinth. Urianger is the one at the party that the shy, nervous guy knows, so they're sticking with him. Or Labyrinthos. An unexpected yet prudent suggestion. And the similarities betwixt this artificial environment and Bestway's burrow would be in our best interest to have the Labyrinths acquaint themselves with those conditions deemed optimal by the Shalian collaborators. I fear, however, that continued reliance upon my limited knowledge would risk narrowing rather than broadening their perspectives. Mayhap thou art better suited to lead this venture. What a marvelous idea! Why don't we begin with that great big what's-it over yonder? Ah, yes, the what's-it. I shall leave its explanation to Harris.
Oh, God. Urianger, what did you sign me up for?
Damn it. I'm slowly remembering I can mount while moving now. Oh, the rain making figure. Goodness me, to build something so large without creation magics. Positively stupendous. Perhaps you could direct our attention to its most important features? Ah, right, one of these.
That first objective marker.
Sure, some mushroom-like thing. That looks like the trees in Greatest Endsvale. Hold on, a bit of a strange shape. It's thin at the bottom, but big and round at the top. Quite tall for something so unbalanced, too. Now it makes sense, that's where they store the water. Absorb the tanks. A little hard to see from here, but is that a golden pipe connected to the top of those tanks? And I can see through that window another pipe at the bottom. Ah, this must be for purifying water drawn up from below. Metallic tube. Is that water here from inside the
So
creepy
we may have done things in reverse order.
Yeah, I just kind of followed the list on the right. Be because of those cogs.
Kind of went at what I actually got the points for, like when moving the house.
Be because of those cogs and that gigantic wheel at the top. Oh, I see. That's how they draw up the water. Probably some sort of spiral-shaped mechanism inside it too. To scoop it up. Well, if I were to hazard a guess, water drawn from underground, presumably with some other mechanism, purified here and stored in that tower before it being distributed elsewhere. I'm right, aren't I? I knew it! Designed brilliant in its simplicity. Dares dare to take only a moment to install in even the harshest of environments. For us Loporeds, that is. Indeed, securing a reliable source of water is of the utmost importance for any fledgling settlement. It is kind of essential. We have read, however, that the peoples of Atheris sometimes make their homes in arid deserts and such. How are they able to survive? Many settlements in Thanalan are built near an oasis. So wherever you choose to live, you're never far from water. Oh dear, I worry we won't be able to procure the necessary amount. We can provide enough water to keep them from drying out completely, but it would appear they rely on it far more than we anticipated. A few adjustments may be in order, once we've calculated the average rate of consumption per individual. It may also be worth learning more about how exactly they obtain their water in the first place. Master Alphino spoke to the machinery responsible for that feat during our journey through Logisticon Alpha, did he not? Mayhap the Leopards will share his appreciation for the engineering marvel. Oh yes, that sounds absolutely splendid. We must journey beyond the sanctuary of Charlie and Hamlet. I shall lead the way. You mean we'll have to brave the untamed wilderness? Untamed? A valid concern, indeed. Could not help but notice the many dangerous-looking creatures with big, nasty teeth lurking beyond the safe confines of the settlement. Well, you've got huge, sharp, nasty teeth, so I think you'll be fine. We were not escorted here by burly custodians. Oh, were we not escorted here by burly custodians, I dread to think what would have become of us. Regrettably, to many a hungry predator with the aforementioned big, nasty teeth, leopards may appear to be a potential and rather appetizing source of sustenance. Might I impose upon lead to assist in securing safe passage to Logisticon Alpha? For my part, I shall act as escort to Living Way and Cooking Way, and trust Sing Way and Growing Way to thy care. Leave it to me. Could not wish for. Godspeed. All the same to you, I'd rather not be eaten by some horrid beastie. Come along, Growing Way. To the water extraction, what's it? To the dingle hopper.
Yeah, that figures.
Anyone else want to take us on? Thank you so much. I really hope this water extraction work is worth these harrowing experiences. All part of the fun, some might say, but I'd rather not be burnt to a crisp if it's all the same to you.
Hello.
Oh yeah.
Quest objective.
Yep.
Have a fruit.
No troll can resist a fruit this fine. In more than one way, according to your olfactory senses.
I'll fight that person when we get back there.
Yeah. We have bunnies to escort.
Yep.
I should not have done that. My friends, I bid you welcome to Logisticon Alpha. Destination doth lie at the lift's top. Pray, follow me. Going up. Marvelous. Simply marvelous. So this is where the magic, or science rather, takes place. Perfect environment to sustain life, artificially created. The knowledge we'll gain here will be essential when we start looking for new stars for your kind to inhabit. Apparently most of them don't even have air for you to breathe. Very true. You're all very lucky that Aetherus just so happens to provide you with everything you need to thrive. Or did mankind turn out the way they are because of the available resources, I wonder? Either way, it's nothing short of miraculous. Cannot wait to see more of it. Oh, Jesus, I did not realize how full my inventory was. I have so many coffers, Jesus.
Same. By the way, was double checking my like equip stuff. What's the difference between white plus and red plus again?
White plus is it can be dyed. Red means it can't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just dye stuff. And also that you haven't clamored.
Agriculture quest name.
Cooking Way is eager for a change of venue, or at the very least, a change of what's this. It's all very wonderful, I'm sure, but I was rather hoping to learn more about your nourishment provision facilities. In other words, where's the food? I believe both the knowledge and consumables you seek may be found at Mariola Granopolis. As I imagine Singingway and the others intend to study every conceivable facet of this apparatus, would thou be so kind as to escort our visiting culinarian? Yes, that sounds much more interesting. We'll be able to see firsthand some of the delicacies Ariane was telling me about. In his incredibly vivid, if a bit too verbose, descriptions cannot compare to something than myself. Not to mention Aetherus will soon be no more, so I must learn all I can while there's still time. Let us brook no further delay.
Yeah, the sooner we can help the new way make it to where it's not just carrots all the time, the better.
Carrots 24/7. Also, I love that even he's like, yeah, Ariane fucking talks too much.
I mean, and uses really deep words.
Yes. You talk too much.
Oh, that's a fun side.
What?
You were skipping around a bit from my point of view.
Ah. Hello. This is the place, yes? Hetty Aroma was enough to guide me here, and I've spotted several of the fruit and vegetables featured in our compendium. I'd dearly love to try some, but I read that those who help themselves to a farmer's crops without permission are often caught and put into pies. Must have read some, like, fable or children's story or something. Perhaps you could ask whoever's in charge if they would be willing to part with a few samples. You're now escorting the bunny. Proper.
I'm supposedly accepting a current quest.
That must be one I've already gotten. I don't see it. Every time I come here, I can't help but think back to the grapes. What a fine mess this is. Can we help you? That's you, the one who climbed down the mine shaft. I'd show you around if I could, but I rushed off my feet preparing for the Exodus. I'm not the only one. We've all got to find ways to do what we do down here up there. If on the moon, then on whichever star the form decides will become our new home. It's so sudden, so unreal. Don't you want to go to the moon? It's better than waiting for the final days to claim us. No matter how carefully it's all planned, we will never be able to take every variety of flora and fauna with us. And the ones we can take may not survive in their new environments. So many species doomed to extinction. Sorry, that's not what we came to talk about, is it? Nothing quite so dire, I assure you. We merely wish to sample a little of your produce, if you may. By all means, help yourselves. Much appreciated, my good fellow. So, where to begin? with the grapes, apparently. Speaking of... Oh, I know what these are. Grapes, yes. See if they're as delicious as they look. Ow. Hi, Panther. So sweet, so sour. It tastes as much like a ripe philosopher's carrot, yet the texture is entirely different. The contrast between the outer skin and the fruit within is most peculiar, but far from unpleasant. Yes, I think I'll try another. I've never actually had like a grape proper before.
Oh, I used to stack on them all the time.
All good with that one today. Red, what are the odds of us getting to the next dungeon today?
Maybe. I'm in a big cutscene right now.
Okay. Okay, so we
Yeah,
might.
you've been doing cutscene mode for a while.
Yeah. Well, that's certainly given me food for thought, though in a far less visceral manner than any philosopher's carrot. Tell me, what is your opinion of grapes? Brave an erupting volcano for a choice bunch. Apparently that's a
I
callback
could
to
pick that one because I do really like grapes.
So apparently that's actually a shout out to one of the short stories they put out on occasion, detailing an adventure of old us, as it were. Meh. Meh. Expression of indifference, I assume. In all fairness, our companion did note they are valued more as an ingredient for spirituous beverages rather than a fruit for regular consumption. Ye old wine. Anyway, that's enough about grapes for the time being. On to the next treat. Or a good can of grape juice. I like me some grape juice.
I like. Also, for a while, grape soda was like one of my two favorite soda flavors.
Candy flavors for me, yeah. Right. Yeah, it's possible. Orange by name, orange by nature. What came first, the fruit or the color? Who cares? Let's eat. Yes, that's equal parts sweet and sour. As with the grapes, yet nothing alike. I may have to consult Arianze about expanding my vocabulary. I cannot find the words to describe it. Perhaps what I'm looking for is bitter. It's all very complicated, you know. So many flavors,
I would have gone for probably like acidic, but
that works. So many flavors, so many choices. Each individual.
Acid.
Yep. Their own personal preferences. Now I see why you all turned your noses up with the idea of eating nothing but carrots. Marvelous though they still are, in my estimation. Let no one say I said otherwise. But speaking of carrots, I'd get to sample any of the vegetables. See what's in that field over there. That's the second one. Oranges, also yummy. I haven't had it in a while, though. I should fix that. The color, the texture. They some sort of enormous round carrots. No? In any case, proper nomenclature is less of a concern than the taste. Also hard and flavorless. As well be chewing a piece of wood. All but confirms that these are nothing more than misbegotten failures masquerading as goodly carrots. Stop. Can't you see these are pumpkins? No one with any sense would try eating them raw. You're supposed to cook them first. Do you not find it an awful bother? Far from it, cooking is a joy unto itself. What's more, it broadens the range of ingredients that we may safely eat. Above all else, cooking allows us to draw out the full potential of our produce. Pumpkin stew has been one of my favorite dishes for as long as I can remember. Then perhaps even these hard blocks of plant matter can become as delicious as the orange I sample. I wonder, though, if there's anything even more delicious. How about that yellow fruit over yonder? Uh-oh.
Is it lemon?
Yeah, it's a lemon.
Oh, it's absolutely lemons. Oh, God. Rip cooking way.
Alright. Before we move on, something about pumpkins. I've been watching Hell's Kitchen with Sub and Wiz recently. And at the start of the most recent season we looked at, someone, for like a test dish, I guess, cooked like a Cornish hen inside of a pumpkin. That was a weird fucking choice.
Oh, want to know? So, speaking of cooking shows, one show I like to watch every so often is Chopped. Do you know that one?
I have heard of it, yes.
Yes, for anyone unaware, it's basically, each round, the contestants are given the ingredients they have to use in dishes, and they're like, and each, like, round is a different part of a meal, basically. So, you know, you got, like, your appetizer, your main dish, and your dessert type deal. In one episode, one round's key ingredient option ended up being, like, basically microwave lasagna.
Microwave lasagna?
Like, pre-cooked.
Yeah.
Yeah, pre-cooked. So, you know, they had to use that for something. One pair of contestants, because it was a, like, team of two type episode.
Gotcha.
One pair of contestants put it in a blender to turn it into basically meatballs. And as someone with Italian heritage, seeing someone blender a lasagna gave me physical pain.
Daddy likes drinking pasta. What a wondrous fragrance. Lucky it'll have a flavor to match. I have no idea how these are eaten. I'll just bite into it. You just hear it in slow motion. No!
Cookie, I don't think you're Ryuko Matoi.
Cooking Way's face just turns into that one meme from a while back. His face just scrunches.
Are you talking about the Pumpkin Epic bit?
Yeah. Of course it came from Pumpkin Epic. My tongue.
That's the one I'm thinking of, where like it was them in a prison, I believe.
Yeah, it probably came from that. Is this poison? A lemon? You mean it's supposed to taste like this? Can something so similar to an orange be so revolting? Maybe some time before my palate recovers from this ordeal. I such I'd best call an end to this round of sampling. Say our farewells and return to the others.
Rip the cookie way.
Rip their taste buds. You're back. Finished, have you? I trust you found something to your liking. I'm rather enamored with the grapes and oranges. Less so the pumpkin, though I learned the hard way they're not to be eaten raw. Then there was the lemon, the deceiver. Still feels so violated. Oh my god, Pikmin! What was it they called lemons again? Something like that?
Face Pugger or something like that. I have to boot it up 3 again.
Yeah, it was something hilarious like that.
Again, I have to boot my copy of 3.
First time, was it? I hate for you to leave with a bad taste in your mouth. I'm always in one. I'll give you this lemon muffin I baked. It doesn't change your opinion, nothing though. More lemon? Have I not suffered enough? Nevertheless, it would be remiss of me to spend this opportunity to... There's sick you up there. Learn more of your inscrutable ways. Very well, lemon muffin. Do your worst. Lemon is my current favorite candy flavor. Ow.
It's not my favorite, but it's not one I'll turn down.
This is delicious. Though I still detect a hint of lemon, it complements the sweetness of the dough to create a perfect harmony. I never would have guessed its vile bitterness could be utilized so elegantly. The good chap, this is simply breathtaking. See, we rarely use lemon in its natural state, but it has a starring role in all sorts of recipes. The same is true for many other ingredients. It comes down to making the most of the resources at our disposal. Sometimes that can even be the difference between life and death. don't know why I'm all of a sudden getting a flashback to Sanji's backstory. No, we won't be able to take every species with us. No doubt the forum agonized over what was worth preserving, and what will be consigned to history. Odd choices, but make them we must if we're to survive. Such strength of will. Now I know what Heidelin sees in your kind. Mankind, the Lupriths, we were both born from the accumulated knowledge of the ancients. And all there is to learn about the nature of sentient life is the fates of the stars themselves. Once a civilization has fulfilled the basic requirements for survival, we will inevitably seek to eliminate all forms of negativity and achieve perfection. Therein lies its folly, and its downfall. For perfection is an unattainable ideal, which is the paradox of the immaculate character. Civilizations since time immemorial have deemed the pursuit of perfection as progress. They pay no heed to the costs incurred in their futile quest, and all too often become the architects of their own demise, the dreams forever unfulfilled. What then is the alternative? The answer lies in knowing that our existence can never be perfect. Be content with what we have and make the most of it. When life gives you lemons, make lemon muffins. Close enough. Pardon my aority, but what in the seven hells are you on about? Who are you, anyway? Cooking Way, at your service. I'm here to help prepare for the trip to the moon. Once you get there, you'll be able to try my carrots. I've been growing all different kinds. Don't worry, there'll be room for your crops, too. Work together to preserve as many of Atheris' species as possible, if you're up to the challenge. Yes, of course. Look forward to it. Well, this has all been highly productive. Probably. Let's go and see if Arianje and the others have run out of machinery to inspect, shall we? Bye-bye. The funny thing I learned a while back is that apparently... What?
I decided to talk to Jeff again to see what he has to say afterwards. He's like, oh, so that's what the library looks like. I'm waiting for the lemon muffin too. Hopefully next time he has one, he won't be compelled to wax poetic about the meaning of life and the immaculate carrot again. Hey, what you were saying?
Right, lemons. Apparently lemons are actually not, like, naturally formed. Like, they were, created by humans, basically. From, crossbreeding and such.
So kind of like with the modern banana.
Basically, yeah. You take that into account, that's saying most takes on a weird form of, like, we made our own problems. And we just have to deal with it the best we can.
I mean, to be fair, that is how a good few problems have happened.
Very true. Very true. It was most enlightening, especially the part with the lemon muffin. Actually, I was wondering, do you know of any other places famed for their cuisine? The furries have noodles. Lemons is home to the Culinarians Guild, and many less than savory establishments. That I had time to visit. The more I learn of Atheris, the more I wish we could spare it from the final days. Alas, Heidelin's orders are to flee, not to resist. If only there was some other way, hint hint. Oh boy, cutscene time.
Oh, talk to growing weight.
Hold on. The others finished talking about rain-making weapons yet? should have taken me too. Oh, those to the 5,000. Alright, Arianze. Harris, I trust that time at Mariel Economics did bear fruit. Arianze, go to your fucking room. Our own efforts too were rewarded.
But it's too late, I've already in my...
Go to your other room. Our own efforts too were rewarded. Now possess an embarrassment of educational riches. No doubt I guess relentless pursuit of knowledge could occupy them, and us, for a fortnight. Last time is of the essence. Let's return to Charlie and Hamlet forthwith. Shall gladly attend each and every lover there, should further questions within my power to answer arise.
And the idea skill knowledge locked.
Woo! Wrong button.
So, oops.
Since we're already over here.
Yep.
Hello. Still need to go back and do the ones that help us.
Same. Oh yeah, I like to imagine. We're going to go to your room. He teleports all the way back to the first.
I legit thought you were going to say the Waking Sands.
And before he goes back to everywhere else, it's like, no!
Yes, Harris, that was indeed me verbalizing aside to express my emotional state. You want to know why? Because I saw the reconstructed environmental data for Ithera's at Logisticon Alpha, that's why. A forest so lovely and so leafy. Are all of your forests like that?
Yes.
You should see the forest of the first. One was purple.
I love that place.
Gasp! Gasp, I say! The star's so wonderful it comes as no surprise that you're reluctant to leave it behind. I was a fool to think otherwise, to assume that the moon was something worth being proud of. How ridiculous we must seem to you, trying so hard yet achieving so little. Buddy, I know the feeling, trust me. Not at all, their works are no less worthy for their uniqueness. Thought I heard tiny voices. Oh, thank you. Thank you. How didst thou fare? Now I was able to glean a fair bit from the researchers while helping to move that cargo. Preparations have proceeded without interruption here, and despite news of the coming end, we have the forum's leadership to thank for that. Doesn't mean people aren't worried, though. Quite the opposite. Knowing disaster could strike at any moment, they hurried to complete their work, equally aware that a single error could be the difference between life and death. You can hardly tell them there's no cause for concern. Perhaps not. Though aided by our goodly growing rate, we may yet find other ways to lighten their burden. Me? Be of use to people? I'm honored they would think me so capable, but I'm not sure that I'm up to the challenge. Nevertheless, I believe in thee. If you say so, I suppose it can't hurt to try. I passed someone moping in the Western Plaza that looked to be in need of a helping paw. Perhaps you might start with him. She's as good a place as any. Come. emotional support system. Hello, friend. Now, can I help you? Can we help you? It is you who would help me. My anxiety truly so obvious. Burden shared is a burden eased. Pray, tell us of thy troubles. Those little fellows do look like good listeners, over with their massive ears and everything. I'm an engineer, you see. What they say of the ship, that's the sum of decades of Charlene ingenuity, that is built with peerless, elegant technology, is all true, but I know, none of that's a guarantee. Never before launched a star-faring vessel, let alone flown it into the great expanse. All the tests we've run have been on the ground. Only operational personnel and cargo will be aboard for the first voyage, but even so, if it fails us then, what can we do? If it doesn't, it could fall apart on the next flight, or the one after that. Done everything we can to prevent that from happening, but it hardly matters. We got the Etherbrunner's design with flaws too, and look how that turned out. Thou art familiar with these most daunting technologies, and thus dost thou hold the power to allay his fears. Oh, I'm not sure about that, but, well... Maybe you could tell me if there are any aspects of the ship's design that you're especially worried about? Our ability to walk about and perform our tasks, for one. Devised the means by which to employ gravity, a spatio-temporal spell, to regulate the environment, but what if it's not strong enough? What if everyone floats away and begins crashing into things as soon as we've left the star? Ah, gravitation! Maybe I can be of help after all. Up there, it's not so different from down here, you see. Same rules apply, and if you consider them as part of one great big cosmos rather than separate places... 2 hours later. I suspect both parties shall find comfort in this conversation. Yet if Thancred's tale be true, still others...
just need a voice to bounce off of.
Boy, I know that all too well. Still, others would benefit from insights born of experience. Might I prevail upon the Leopards to attend them? An excellent idea, if I do say so myself. There's naught we'd like more than to ease the hearts of the fine people of Atheris, and learn more about them while we're at it. Full glad am I to hear it. Gather thy companions and bring them hither. Harris, thou hast a gift for finding souls in need of succor. Pray seek thee out the
God,
distressed...
is that true?
Seek thee out the distressed and the apprehensive, and inform them that help is at hand. I shall await them here, that I might introduce each to a suitable Leopard. Oh, I do so look forward to that. Place for every Leopard and every Leopard in their place.
Brain's trying to remember, what's the name of the, like, playable bunny race?
The Vieira?
Yeah. I need a Leopard to be the Vieira.
Well, if I hadn't changed, that would have been me. Pretty sure. And I did that the first time. Because I was on Paladin for the first time. Hello. Concerns? Hey, there's no point in worrying at this stage. Only make the work go that much slower. This woman seems to be coping well. Anxious engineer. What am I thinking about? The medical facilities on the ship, of course. Designed them with the assistance of our sages and chirurgeons, but imagine every illness or injury that one might face in the great expanse is beyond any of us. To say nothing of the effects that living out there indefinitely might have on the body. The crew from the moon. Why did I not think of that? Go ahead.
I love this tired gleaner I just talked to what his complaint is.
Alright, hold on. Hello. Is anything bothering me? I've been loading cargo for bells now, so my back feels like a void sense plated as a piano. My feet and knees are drums and cymbals too. Seems fine if in need of a break. Stay in his spine like his outlet. London engine. Just leave me to my misery, or I'm gonna point someone else. I apologize. I simply don't know what to do. Am I supposed to pilot the Ark if I'm already falling apart under the pressure? No starship pilot that I might speak with. Truly? Well then, there's no time to waste. You help me prepare for this monumental task. Skeptical research. Have you heard anything of what's on the moon? Buddy, I've been there. I have no doubt we can make it up there, but the searching for a new star part of the plan sounds awfully vague to me. As the forum, but it will only tell us that our collaborators have everything under control. Look at me, but I don't feel particularly safe wandering through the sea of stars on gods know what made by gods know who. You say that I can speak with them directly? Amazing. I hope they like questions. Boy, do they.
Yeah, I love this. I love what the Warriors Life's response to this guy is. The irresistible there.
Gotcha. Ah, this guy. Okay. You! Yes, you idiot! You seen an envelope lying about? This imbecile refused to give me the alchemic I ordered without the bloody slip of parchment. Your friends have a spell to make me remember where I've dropped my damned envelope. I doubt there'll be any more help than you. You've wasted enough of my time already. It would be unfortunate for all involved to inflict this man upon the leopards. Hello. Blasted assistants, where are they gone off to at a time like this? Beg pardon, but I have not the time for idle chit-chat. I need to reconfirm that ether levels are consistent throughout the vessel's machinery, since shall have to do so single-handedly. I swear when I find those assistants of mine. The leopards are willing to help. Didn't you say so? At least they won't moan about how they checked 24 times already and haven't slept in weeks. Lazy sods.
Great boss.
Alright. Oh god, this area is so fucking big. Hello. Might I help you? My, what a lovely idea. I too noticed people becoming rather tense, so I rushed out to pluck some fresh and fragrant tea leaves. Now I need only track down 100 or so cups. Don't you worry, I can manage. I hope that cheer everyone up goes well. This woman is doing better than you are.
You can tell they have fun writing for these ones.
Oh, definitely. We just needed a bunch of fluff and decided to have some fun with it. There's one all the way over here. Something tells me. I believe I'm fine, thank you. I can't recommend it enough. Yeah.
Oh, there's one potential person. Let's see.
I'm still looking forward.
There's also this. I know there's some people who take you up on the offer that count towards the counter.
Yeah. Okay.
Have you talked to the purchase researcher yet?
I don't think so.
God, I fucking love the response to this one.
I shall be there momentarily. Okay, yeah, no, I have talked to this one yet. You look familiar. Into the world is nigh, yet the work goes no faster. Schedules are such temperamental things. Usable one moment, utter bollocks the next. And yet, I've never felt so alive. This one is beyond your help. Only sleep can save her now. Oh, God.
These poor researchers.
Yeah. Funny thing is, I could be wrong, but I think this one in particular becomes an NPC you do custom deliveries for later.
Oh boy. Oh, there's one person.
Distracted researcher. Perfect. Hello, friend. Come on. There we go.
Where was that? Where was that research you just talked to?
Like, way over where I am. 56 bunches of weeds in the ground, 56 bunches of weeds. Rip one out, add to the mound, 55 bunches of weeds in the... I'm not neglecting my duties, I swear. I needed a little break, you see, but then I found myself unable to relax at all. I was on a walk, and then I noticed these weeds, and... Pleasant conversation partners and oh so fuzzy. Goodness me, that does sound like a much better way to relax.
I got it. If I had a cat I could talk to, that would be amazing. Like, you know, just have fun picking animations for these guys too.
Yeah. So many emotes.
What the hell's the number of kids?
There's one. There's a couple, actually. Hello.
I already talked to that person.
My face? What's wrong with me? Ow. Perhaps I am a bit tense. Tasked with ensuring that the proper fauna, and only the proper fauna, brought with us to the moon. The suitability of a few species is still under debate. I can hardly make the decision myself, and I know so little about the environment up there. Including the leopards in our discussion is a wonderful idea. Absolutely will, thank you. Perhaps their biology itself might offer some clue as well. Not so sure about that last part. Hello. Consult with our collaborators. But they'll be more effective than sitting here brooding. Attempting to calculate how much cargo we can consolidate into few trips could either better make our original estimates unfeasible, but there's simply too many variables. As if my brow will turn inside out. Perhaps our lunar associates will have more insight into how much weight constitutes too much weight for our purposes. Thank you for letting me know. One more!
This is a person for me, because you just talked to people I already talked to.
Right, I think this is why. I think this question is why I remember this part taking so fucking long.
Yeah. Little scavenger hunt moments.
Yeah. But where have I not checked yet? This is an archipelago moment.
Spiral method at this point. Oh wait, hold up! I think I found him. over at the south end of the circle. Oh, never mind. They are fine.
Researcher.
God damn it.
Gotta say, I don't think it's that one. You ever have those moments in an archipelago where everyone's running around struggling to find, like, the one thing that will get things going again?
Yep.
This feels like that.
Yeah, like, I'm in the middle of an archipelago where I'm doing Wind Waker, and there's 14 other games in it as well. So I had the fun case of like, alright, Final Dark Apples has time to do all of these chart wire most of these money items. Thankfully, Shadow was able to find both my hammer and my bombs yesterday, so that opened up so many checks I actually had to stop before doing all my checks yesterday.
What the fuck?
Oh my god.
That is a frog. Where are you? Thank God, last one. By the gods,
man was like very hidden. Good lord.
yes. By the gods, my chest is tight. Am I dying? Is what dying feels like? What does blue mean? Oh, do pardon me. I didn't see you there. No cause for concern, I assure you. No cause for concern, even though we may need to part at any moment. If the whole design buckles under the strain, the entire vessel may explode on launch, claiming countless lives into all mankind. But that is highly unlikely. Yes, highly unlikely. Highly. Visitors can help me triple check for structural flaws, you say? That would be wonderful. Breathing more easily already.
God, this one look where it's like passing by them dialogue. Good lord. Like this, the speech bubble with this leopard right here.
In the long run, however, most of you won't die. Most of you.
So reassuring.
Some of you may die. That is the sacrifice I am willing to make. Behold, Harris, through thine efforts word hath spread through Labyrinthos. Verily, to a far greater number than anticipated, the Nui doth gather more leopards as we speak. Shall assign each in accordance with their skills, that new bonds of friendship might be forged. Should greater matters require thine attentions, watch over them, I prithee. Oh, this is bad.
I need to stop clicking on your shit.
That would generally help, yes.
There we go. Council funding is in order.
Oh, finally some rest! Why, I haven't spoken so much in, well, in forever.
Lively, isn't it? The town is abuzz. Everyone eager to meet with our friends from the moon.
'Twould behoove you to consult with Sleeping Way. As our moon's pilot, his advice should be most pertinent.
I'm impressed. Truth be told, I struggle to tell one from another. No offense intended, of course.
None taken. After you and your friends left Mare Elementorum, we spent no small amount of time with your Urianger. Oh, the conversations we had. He told us all about Atheris, answered our every question, no matter how trifling or trivial. Look! Every page filled to the margins with knowledge. When I first arrived, I was struck by how little I knew. It was daunting. But then I realized that Were it not for Urianger and his teachings, we'd still be stuck on the moon, gazing at your world and wondering what we've been missing.
What would they think if they could see Urianger now? I dare say they'd be more than a bit surprised. And
my God.
impressed, no doubt.
Want to hear this one post real quick?
Master Louis Soir,
Sure,
Minfilia,
hold on.
Papalimo, and not to forget,
We good?
Yep.
There are people out there whose entire job is to make sure their factory's bagel slicer perfectly divides every bagel into one brick that barely fits in the toaster and one sliver so thin that it's almost transparent.
It's funny. Big to it. Yep, it's this scene.
Oh there. Heard there was a visiting expert who we might bother with a few questions. I take it you'd be the one.
Yes, I am.
Wilson and Blovida, Charlian's foremost researchers in the field of teleportation magic, and Moonbreeder's parents.
It hath been some time. 'Tis good to see you in good health.
Likewise, old friend. Blovida and I were most honored to answer the call. Never expected this reunion, though, did we, dear?
Oh, fuck.
I'll say, the nerve. Sending that letter, then running off to the gods know where. Do you have any idea how worried we were?
I'm sorry. 'Twas remiss of me not to deliver the news in person. No, more than that. 'Twas I who...
Our daughter was disillusioned after Master Louisoix left her behind. The day the Scions called upon her was the happiest I'd seen her in years. She made her every choice of her own free will. No one could have ever forced her to do otherwise. Don't blame yourself for her death. Celebrate her life. You know that's what she'd want.
If there is one thing we resent you for, it was that we could not be there to mourn her with you. Reading the words you penned in that shaky hand, we must have cried as much for you as we did for her.
I'm sorry. I truly, truly am. I knew not what to say. Knew not how to express my feelings. The poems and platitudes of wiser men, musings on sadness and loss, studied and memorized, and meaningless in the moment.
Silly boy. We are all powerless before such grief. Even now, try as I might, the words escape me. But in our hearts, we know, we always know,
remember when you were young, how the lads teased you for choosing the company of books over others. Our moon didn't take kindly to that. Be nice to Urianger, she'd shout, and give them a walloping. No matter how many times we scolded her.
So we offered a suggestion. Rather than starting fights, why don't you be the bridge between Urianger and the others? She had to mull it over for a while, arms crossed, brow furrowed in intense thought. But from that day on, she never let you be alone. She'd drag you outside to play, pepper you with endless questions, read the same books you read, all to try and understand you that much better. I'm sure it was annoying and exhausting at the time, but she only ever had the best of intentions.
And look at you now, at the center of the crowd. The reason there even is a crowd, having brought these people together. You've no idea how proud we are.
To see the boy our daughter trusted and believed in more than anyone, grow into the man she always knew he could be. I can see her in you, too. Feel her. She walks with you wheresoever you go. So thank you, Urianger, for being who you are.
I think I can feel her too. The truth of her life. Not sorrow, but hope and love.
This moon breeder. She was important to him, wasn't she?
You could ask the man himself.
Oh, no. But watching this exchange reminds me how much I've yet to learn about your world. And its people.
You can live here your entire life and hardly learn a thing. And that's why it's too soon for this to end.
God damn.
Yeah, it's a pretty strong scene. Hi. Oh, Harris, be assured that I am fine. I am. Full glad to see you too, after so very long. Better still that I was in your company. Difficult as it was to accept that kindness, it could have been far harder had I faced him alone. Such a good fucking scene.
Yeah. The adamantite cutscene.
No.
No.
With Moonbreeder's parents.
Urian.
Very easy. That's my gratitude for lending courage to the locals. Not disposed to rest on their laurels, several of our guests have elected to accompany my countrymen to their stations. Some few may still come hither seeking counsel, and so I shall remain to aid them as need be. If thou art needed elsewhere, do not let me detain thee. As a matter of fact, I was hoping you might check on Alice. Last I saw, she was struggling to carry an enormous pile of boxes out to West Gate. I go myself, but we both
already picture it.
but we both know whose help she's less like to score. Not to mention that, much like misfortune, I can think of several other things I ought to be doing. Until later. It's like, unfortunately, I have better things to do.
Yeah, I feel like she can accept her help faster than Alpha knows.
Yeah.
By kind of.
Yep. Just on paper. Yeah, we say. We hear you're in need of some help. Harris, what are you doing out here? Thanker told us to come help. No, I don't mind if you help with the boxes, but it's far from the most exciting of tasks. Are you sure? I'm sitting around doing nothing. Well, I appreciate the assistance. We need to get these to Aporia. Time is short, of course, but they're full of organic specimens and samples, so try not to be too rough. Alphino should be waiting for us when we arrive. See you there.
After they were already working together on the task.
Yep. We just need to walk up there. I think we just stick to the inside. A, it'll probably be faster. B, I don't think we'll run into anybody. See our boy. Hello, Alphino.
I don't know why now, all times is when I'm very excited, suddenly flashed back to when, oh god, brain names. The Dragoon.
Estinian?
Yes. When Estinian first met Alice.
Ah. He called her.
I don't know why now of all time. I don't know why now of all times is when my brain thought of that.
I know, but it's funny. Oh, you're helping with the crates. Wonderful. You can put that there with the others. It's like, and how are you holding up, buddy? You have my gratitude, but how did you come to be involved in this? Thancred asked us. Then I suppose I have Thancred to thank as well. If you're wondering why we were tasked with bringing these boxes to Aporia to begin with, so was I. Turns out that this is a base of operations of sorts. Those with final say as to what's included in the ship's manifest can be found here. Father included, I suspect. That should be everything. Carried all of that at once. Are you trying to injure yourself? Oh, hush. They're lighter than they look. Not everyone has your delicate arms. Suppose we should let someone know that we finished. Theopoldin is in the courtyard. You report to him. Why don't you come along? You should get credit for your assistance, at least. Given where we are, you might even learn something interesting.
You're going to want to grab this one in particular.
I don't know who decided to have teleporting in through an aetherite have you spawn in water, but they are assholes.
Spawn in from... teleport from Garlemold and land in the cold water. It's like, dickbags! He's pretty. Oh, you're right there. Plus, it never ends, does it? What can I do for you? Brought samples from Charlie and Hamlet. Series 110? The crates are by the entrance. Ah, thank you. I had expected one of my colleagues to get dreadfully short-handed. Just a moment. You are fortunate with children, are you not? Alphino and Alistair at your service. You're well acquainted with Father, I take it. Quite. I've been friends with your parents since our days at the studio. I remember when you were yay high, waddling hither and thither. Clearly it's been some time since we've met. It's good to see you again. Wielding your father's new list, no less. You knew our parents when they were young. What were they like? Pray, spare no detail. It's like nothing more than to regale you. Alas, I am meant to be in charge here, and reams of paperwork want for submission. We can help with that. In exchange for the sorts of stories our parents would never willingly divulge, of course. Very well, then. There happen to be 3 sets of documents in need of delivery, so how about you each take it? And then us. Wait right there. You'll find a forum representative waiting to collect these near the southernmost structure. Hope I haven't kept her waiting too long. Never mind Alphino and Alistair. Certain they'll be back soon enough. Hello. You're not one of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. I thought you were meant to be working on the Aetherburn. The nature of this paperwork is not a particularly well-guarded secret, but due to how dull it is to read, will nevertheless remain largely unknown. Theopoldin's paperwork. Beginning to worry he had misplaced his quill. Appreciate your help in seeing these documents to my hand at last. As for your other task, pray keep this between us, but I sincerely hope the science succeed. The Exodus is without a doubt the most monumental undertaking in the history of the Forum, so we must be circumspect in all respects. Risk is a privilege we cannot afford ourselves. At its heart, however, Charlene has ever been a nation of the curious. It would be a tragedy indeed if we were the ones to stymie your pursuit of truth. Quick and efficient. I dare say you have a talent for this work. Those papers only need to be delivered to elsewhere in the facility, so they should be returning at any moment. Oh. We return. Not a scrap of paperwork remaining on our persons, you will note. Both have my thanks, and my apology for sending you on an errand far below your ambitions. Even as a baby struggled out of your swaddling clothes and... That is quite enough of that, thank you. It was compromising stories of our parents that we'd ask to hear, to reiterate. Of course, of course. Known your father for so long, I must have something. Well, as you know, part of why the levy are named garner such respect in Charlian is your family's storied history. You two can trace your ancestry directly to those who came aboard Nunkrup's Hope, a lineage few can claim. Never thought much of it myself. It's not as though our forebears founded our nation. We're simply there when it happened. Nevertheless, it has traditionally been a point of pride, which is why Nunkrup's pronouncement, renounce the ways of war and pursue enlightenment through knowledge and reason, has ever been our family's creed. Until your grandfather's time, Archon Louiswad looked not to Nunkrup's words, but his deeds. He asserted, in defiance of his peers, that choosing to save the great and the small from the rising tides was the true mark of our founder's virtue. Perhaps it was his expertise, his knowledge of ancient prophecy and the fall of civilizations, that led him to conclude that to eschew conflict at every turn was to consign mankind to his doom. There will ever be conflict, and calamity will follow. Thus, to ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, it is indolence. Remember his words well. Indeed, Archon Louiswell lived by that personal creed. He used every means at his disposal to bring succor to those in need, Charlian or no. No one loved and admired your grandfather more than his son. Yet Fortuno could not reconcile Louiswell's deeds with the philosophy of the forebears and his peers, a philosophy in which he believed so fervently, yet made a pariah of his father. Fortuno agonized over this contradiction for much of his life. God's father. Son may carry his father's blood, but his choices are his own to bear. Is it not always thus? Gods know Fortuno is a cranky old goat, so I'm sure you butt heads often enough. Even so, you must know that you are constantly in his thoughts, every moment of every day. That is not an exaggeration in the slightest. You should have seen him when you were born. Barely recognizable, he was. The kind of dumbfounded grin I'd not seen since he first took a fancy to your mother. He was practically skipping when he told me the news. Take my word for it, he loves you to an embarrassing degree. But he is also frustratingly single-minded. He's decided that a given action is for the best, and stay the course no matter who or what opposes him. A profoundly annoying habit when you're on the other end of it, as I'm sure you will agree. I'll say. Thank you for your insight. And if we meet our parents, I shall mention that we spoke. Try not to get in too much trouble now. I need the forum on my side. Speaking of which, I ought to be getting back to work. I have to make sure those specimens you brought make it to their proper places. The craggy old goat will have my hide. But we can speak again later. Hail, you three. Aye, Graha. Really, Kokol hasn't driven you out of the forge already. For better or worse, no. However, he has set me a task that requires more than my single pair of hands. And here you are. I'd use at least one of you, but I won't object to more. Unfortunately, Alice and I have prior commitments, and we have delayed too long as it is. What about you, Harris? Can you spare the time? I don't see why not. Perfect. It shouldn't take long. This close to needing to clear up this inventory. I have very little space in my desk one button. Just stick these coffers in there. Just later. Okay. Once forged. In the event that our, and I quote, promised heap of adamantite falls out of the bloody sky and into my lap, Master Kokol wishes to be ready to put the proverbial hammer to anvil at a moment's notice. To fabricate these pots, however, he needs the flames in Kokol's forge to burn hotter. He sent me to increase the amount of ether being funneled into his furnaces. The flow of fire-aspected ether in Labyrinthos is regulated by an elemental reactor south of here, to which I have borrowed the key. Adjustment requires 2 people to carry out safely, but I can explain the process when it arrives. This is where we part, then. See you in Charlie and Hamlet once the adamantite arrives, if not before. This way, then. And away we go. today is reading day, apparently.
The note Graha, now that he's on screen again, because I don't think this was mentioned when the stream had already started. My stolen Graha t-shirts arrived today.
Oh, yeah.
Yay!
They look sick.
Yeah, the Yeti had already done like daily feeds for the twins, and then like after I had ordered those and they started arriving, they posted daily feeds for the cats.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, hopefully it gets put back on the store properly, because again, it was in the daily tea rotation for the Yeti.
Yep. Reactor is housed within this facility. I'll be the one to go inside and adjust the fire ether output. When I do, a rather large amount of water aspect ether will issue from the vent at the top. I expect this to attract at least a few elementals, which we would both rather not be drawn to the reactor itself. Trust me. Can I ask that you put down any of the draw too near? I'll pose you a little trouble, I'm sure. It's like, hooray, combat. Wait here, if you would.
Right.
Hello.
That one got fucked up.
Yeah. Level 100 Sage, baby. Welcome back, Raha. Everything goes smooth.
That last one got hit by both. That one got hit by both your spell and my spell at the same time.
Fuck of that thing in particular. Did everything go smoothly out here? Smooth as can be. Thought as much. No major complications to speak of inside either. The water ether appears to be venting properly. My Coco will have seen a difference in his forge flames by the time I return. Since I haven't, there was another matter I thought to discuss with you. Nothing terribly important, merely something I've been considering. Part of this I shared with everyone, yet you and only you have been to Elpis. As we have established, refined adamantite is a product of Alec, of the Empire's twilight years, in fact. It was a material which saw much use as part of the Allegan's efforts to extend beyond the bounds of this world. Dalamud, of course, being the most prominent. Of those who would push further, expand Alleg's empire to encompass the heavens and the stars above. Perhaps the greatest was its infamous technologist, Amon, or as we know him, Fandaniel. Did you remember his life as Hermes? I believe he had his own reasons. There's no evidence to suggest that he retained memories of his former life. He only joined the Ascians once the Empire was all but dust, as it will. If not his memory, though, what drove him to pursue the ideal with such fervor? This may seem far-fetched, but what if souls, much like minds, have a personality, so to speak, a natural disposition towards which they are inclined? Know with relative certainty that it was the gross decadence and inexorable decline of Alec that moved Amon to resurrect Emperor Xandi. The Empire's people spoke lightly of death and destruction, experimenting on those they deemed beneath them to fill the emptiness in their hearts. Facilitating Xandi's return, Amon provided these languid souls with the means to free themselves from the mire of their own indolence. Or would have, had not Xandi been convinced by his own death that life itself was meaningless. Amon's desire for his countrymen to conquer the heavens could only be a means to the same end, to instill the people with new purpose. Like Hermes before him, Amon was appalled by how those around him lived, but could never bring himself to believe that those lives were devoid of meaning. Both of them sought that meaning, that hope, in the distant stars. Such is my theory, anyway. Ultimately, it is the consequences of their actions which matter. The motives are of no moment. And yet, to reach those stars on wings of adamantite, to travel to the ends of creation and beyond, the promise of hope everlasting. That much I do understand. About enough music for now. Why don't we go see how Coco is getting on? Sounds like a plan.
Does not have an atom? Does not have an ether right here. Alright. I'll get the rest of the Fog of War done then.
Yep. We are making an end circle.
I'm gonna just assume Gamma has one somewhere around here. Or maybe not.
Nope. Now, sadly, Aetherites are the one thing that show up on maps, regardless of how much you actually filled out. So, what's there is what's there. I can only think of one instance where an Aetherite has actually been added to the map in the past. And that was way back.
Is it a map I've been to?
Yes, it's the Asm Steppe.
Oh.
They added one after they added the Namazu to the custom delivery. No, to the Allied Society stuff.
Huh.
Because they got their own little area.
There actually is another one, but that we're not in yet.
Okay. Woo! You can feel those flames ablazing from here. Glad you found someone capable, Grahop. There's not much left for you lot to do. Guess you can conjure up that refined adamantite any faster. There's the Ether Current quest. Level 88, Bonds of Adamantite. I do trust you to deliver on your promise. I do. Only I hate waiting. Want that adamantite and I want it now.
God, ain't that a mood?
We share your impatience, I assure you. There's truly nothing else we can assist with in the meantime. I wish, sin perhaps unbearable. Even the form frowns on recreational explosions. Man, as long as I can't prove it was premeditated. Yet you've gone off mistakes to make. I'm gonna blow shit up. In that case, I suppose I should go and return the key to the reactor. But one more look to make sure nothing has gone wrong, unintentionally or otherwise. Certainly there are better uses for your time. Yes?
So would Coco be Jamie or Adam?
Oh. Who's the one that... I'm trying to remember. Which one was the one that didn't have the hat?
It was Adam Savage that didn't have the hat.
Yeah, that's him. He'd be Adam.
Okay.
It took me a second to realize what you were talking about. No, I get it.
Probably should just teleport it.
I'm going to do just that. We're very close to the dungeon. I'd like to get there before that. Alright. If you wait here, your companions are bound to turn up sooner or later. Wait your companions? Yes.
Really making that wait bar take a bit to fill up.
Yep.
All set, I take it?
Voice acting.
We finished what we could. Delivered supplies, tracked down escaped animals. Trivial tasks as they may be.
That's enough, don't you think? If there was anything more important still undone, that would be a problem in itself.
The vessel is essentially ready for departure. All that remains is to load the final batch of supplies and see everyone on board. Once we've readied the ether burner, that is.
Ah, had a feeling we might find you all here.
Our consultations with the Loperites, too, have run their course. Pleased I am to say that our researchers' concerns have for the most part been allayed, though some insist on making adjustments to the very end. For their part, Livingway and her peers have graciously offered to stay and keep the people company, lest any lingering queries go unanswered.
All that remains is to wait for the refined adamantite.
Alphino, are you there? It's me, Cryo. Your special delivery has arrived. Round up everyone and come to the harbor at once.
Speak of the devil. Let us go at once.
Forgive the intrusion, Master Fortuner. I bring urgent news. A great commotion has broken out in Scholar's Harbor. Your presence is requested, with all speed.
Now, where might this delivery be? Oh.
I'm sure it's very important, but we cannot accept these without the proper permits.
By the 12! Surely, these can't all be.
Fucking load already.
Bleeding hellfire! They're bringing them by sea and by air. All these folks in these crates.
And more on the way. Got your adamantite right here. A bigger haul than any of these sorry bastards brought, and that's no lie.
Yes, because you were charged with seeing the shipments from Gridania and Uldar here, along with your own. Give credit where credit is due.
Sounds like the sorry whinging of a sore loser. An hypocrite to boot. Ain't no way a scrawny whelp like you took a dozen steps inside a Dalamon shard.
I'll have you know I went all the way to the entrance. Furthermore, 'twas my contacts that enabled us to enlist the cooperation of the Sky Pirates.
Left you outside so you wouldn't get anyone killed, did they? Well then, credit where credit's due, you did a right fine job sitting on your ass.
Take that back.
Make me.
I will not stoop to your level.
My, what a grand welcome party.
Hancock and Soroban.
We come bearing relics both sacred and Allegan, as well as a few other gifts that may be of help, to be presented with best wishes from the Eastern Alliance.
I myself have come with a sacred relic of Rayson Temple. 'Twas passing fortunate that Senri's dango craving brought us to Kugane. We arrived precisely as Hancock was making his arrangements. Upon learning of your need, we made haste back to Hell's Lid, without Dango, never fear, and consulted with the other auspices. All consented to the lending of Tenzin's legendary Phoenix Blade for this noble cause. Suzaku and Seiryu were nevertheless worried that it might be lost in transit, however, and insisted upon accompanying me to Onokoro, where I had intended to entrust it to our Confederate allies. I thought instead to give it over to Hancock when we chanced to cross paths yet again. But alas, Seiryu remained ill at ease, and ordered me see the blade into your hands personally, or die trying.
We did, of course, need quite the impressive vessel to get it all here in time. Fortunately, our majestic associates have been more than helpful. 'Tis an honor to join the Warrior of Light on another adventure, they tell me.
That is all wonderful to hear, but what of the extraordinary cost? I shudder to think of the ransom we must pay for such a bounty.
Fret not for your coin purse, young Alphino. Lord Lolorito looks ever towards the profits of the future, and thus the East Aldenar Trading Company went to some lengths to reduce the financial liability. And since the Scions funded the entire venture, not a gill need be rendered up in compensation. Everything is already yours.
We funded the venture? When?
Don't let the name fool you. This coin keeper knows a thing or two about spending. When it comes to capital investiture, a sprinkling of gil here and there will not do. You need enough savings to make waves when it really counts, which is why frugality is paramount. We also had the benefit of a generous patron. Generous being rather an understatement. She has supported us from the shadows since the very founding of the Scions. We even had coffers to fill.
Mother!
Amelians.
I remain, of course, an entirely neutral party. I simply thought our family's coffers were needlessly full.
It's Tario.
We can hardly take them with us on your teeny-tiny toy boat, now can we? And 'twould be a shame to leave all that hard-earned wealth unspent. Waste not.
However did you manage so much in so short a time, then? We expected word to reach only a fraction of our allies.
Did I not tell you I have my ways? Erenville, you were involved too.
I received a letter from Cryo after we parted ways in Labyrinthos. She explained what the Scions were trying to accomplish, and why you might soon require the services of the Gleaners, spread across the world as we are. I pray you do not interpret this as a betrayal of Charlie. I accept that the Forum's aim in pushing us to our limits was to preserve what knowledge we
Portugal has such a headache
and
right
I bear you
now.
no ill will for it. Yet, in collecting that knowledge, what I came to appreciate most about our star is that there remains so much we do not know. That is why I chose to help the Scions, to combat the obliteration of those countless undiscovered wonders. I held no illusions that they would be less demanding taskmasters. Though, rest assured, if I had, I would have been sorely disappointed. To make a long story short, the whole of the guild ship cooperated to ensure your call was heard far and wide.
What's this about a ship that can fly to the moon? And why didn't you mention it sooner? The one time you don't beg my aid, your problem's a bloody ship that can fly to the moon.
Sid, you brought the team.
Of course. Garland Ironworks' finest. You need only point us towards my new favorite ship. Oh, I nearly forgot. We stopped by Whirlit before coming here and picked up a package from Gaius. He's still of the mind that actions make for better penance than words, contrite or otherwise, so we offer none of the latter. What he sent is an Allegan relic Valens used in his weapons experiments. Has a fair bit of refined adamantite in it, too.
Of course he would want to get involved.
Of course.
As you like us not suspect, we've also brought adamantite for Mordona's Dalamud shard. I admit to some consternation upon first receiving Kryl's message. So few scions remain at the Rising Stones now. Far too few for such an expedition.
Heard the Star was in danger, took a break from
However, the Gleaners were able to secure us reinforcements. Idleshire's treasure hunters, not least among them. I know. How the Gobbyflock fought. Slowfix's gratitude for the safe return of his daughter has not waned, and he gathered his kin to our side with an astounding quickness. The clash between their machina and the Allegan defences was a sight to behold. I wager even you would have been impressed by the magnitude of the Gobby booms.
Fascinating as all this is, I fail to see how it explains your presence here. Does Razat Han not have more pressing concerns?
We do. Yet averting the final days would be the most expedient solution. That, and I am indebted to you. Though they chose to take their leave of Thavnair, those you saved in Galimund remain my people. My gratitude is beyond words. 'Tis appropriate that I aid you in kind. If in the doing we bring salvation to others of this star, so much the better. You will recall that I spoke of my father, Midgard Sommer, and his journey across the great expanse. As he traveled betwixt the stars, his resplendent scales drank of the ether in those nigh empty surrounds, and imparted to him the strength to persevere. Thinking they might further your cause, I called out to my kin for consent. Ashdai's answer was silence, as ever. Tiamat and Chris-Velgre, however, responded favorably to the suggestion. My sire, too, stirred from his slumber long enough to speak and say, "Very well." Thus have I brought you his own worm scales. Fit them to your purpose, and seek a worthier fate for us all.
You'd be hard-pressed to find someone else so familiar with the unique properties of dragon scales. So I invited myself along.
Look at me, this is so unbelievable. I've gone right back round to believing it again. Forget a 6% gain in efficiency. With all these goodies, we could get 7, no, 10, no, 14 bleeding percent. Think of how far we could go! What we could do with that much power! What we could blow up!
If Kokol is duly convinced, then it must be true. In which case, the Scion's end of the bargain has been fulfilled. Would you not agree?
Yes, Father?
I know not what you seek of Hydaelyn, nor for what purpose you would take command of our ship. Yet this much is certain. To do so will be to dictate the fate of this star and the lives of
Kokol.
the lives of each and every creature, in their magnitude and their fragility. Do you understand? And are you prepared?
We have seen and we have felt how much each life shapes this world. And so we are determined to abandon none. We understand what is at stake, and we are prepared to bear this burden.
Then I will bear it with you. I beg you, share your struggles with me, as family. You grasped my fingers with such tiny hands the day you were born. I thought my heart might burst. 'Twas love and happiness beyond expression. Overwhelming, and a conviction so powerful that I trembled with something close to rage. I had heard the final days foretold. I swore to myself then and there that I would not let them steal your futures. The great Exodus would succeed, must succeed. No sacrifice or sin was worse than the alternative. If anything gave me pause, 'twas mine own father. The Archon Louisoix openly decried Charlian's policies, a perspective which I regarded with increasing disdain as I grew older. Perhaps I also hoped that he, of all people, would devise a brilliant means to save my children. A naive hope, but stubborn enough that I could never bring myself to keep you apart. No, that was his doing, when he perished at Carteneau. As we pulled that twisted slab of Dalamud from the sea, I remembered the warmth of your newborn touch. Chastened, I vowed never again to suffer any interference in my mission to protect you. No matter that you yourselves wished otherwise. Detest me, fight me tooth and nail, I would suffer it, and more, and be satisfied so long as I could force you onto the ship. I was wrong. You two have grown so much stronger and so much wiser than I dared dream. You have earned the right to walk your own path, and already begun to do so.
Good. Because there are things we care about, and people we love, and none of them is replaceable. Not a one.
It cannot have been an easy journey for you to have come so far.
We shall be glad to acquaint you with the finer details someday, once this danger has passed. All that we have seen and heard, that we have felt and learned in our travels. Ours is not a kind world, but it is beautiful. Always.
Oh no. Are you quite sure that's wise? After all, someone turns pale and flees the room when he sees so much as an envelope containing word of your adventures. Whatever will happen if he learns what you were really up to?
Amelians. Though I have wronged my children most gravely, I owe you an apology as well. I assumed that it was the Scion's influence that made them so keen to charge headlong into danger. Yours, in particular. I see now that said influence instead brought them together with the many fine people gathered here today. In which case, I hope you continue to guide them.
If we've finished loitering about the harbor, might I suggest we put our plans into motion? People are beginning to look confused.
Perhaps you can spare a few words ere they resume the tedious lugging of cargo. You've no small number of friends and admirers here, after all.
Your assistance is appreciated. Now, in an orderly fashion, if you please.
You may not have many seats, but I love how much you just tell where the twins get from when Amelians is on screen.
Yeah, she's sassy. Another good scene.
Yeah. Fortunately, finally letting down his walls is so good.
Yeah.
I don't know if you still had your headphones on when you stepped away during that long cutscene, but yeah, I said earlier, God, I love Sigrid and Amelia just arguing with each other. I'm trying to remember, was the whole Alpha plotline required?
No.
So I'm assuming if he didn't do that, he just wouldn't be there in that scene?
I have no idea, honestly. It could just as well be that the game kind of assumes you did everything up to this point. But if not, then it's very good at making it feel like all that side stuff we did is finally paying off. In, like, a bigger way. One of the things I like about Endwalker.
I'm just imagining Alpha's little Omega friend carrying a big-ass box on its back.
Power of Ironworks Engineering. Finally managed to clear the harbor. The rest is in the engineers' capable hands. Meanwhile, Father has issued to us an invitation. As was agreed, he will reveal the means by which Heidelberg may be contacted. We are to meet him at Aporia when we are ready. And the vital knowledge she holds, I suggest we leave without delay. It transpires, however, that the Form's method for speaking with her is not without risks. I'm curious to hear what those might entail, but regardless, be warned. Most of those who arrived at Adamantite have offered to stay and see to any remaining tasks that need doing. Form has already asked for my assistance in overseeing the process, so you needn't worry about a thing. Thank you, Tataru. We're off to Aporia, then.
If Tataru's handling the, like, overhead stuff, they got it handled.
Yep.
By the way, I just looked over again at the health bars. Where did Red's mana bar go?
I have no idea. Technically speaking, we're not done yet. Nope.
Oh, that crap class is slightly different. That'll do it.
Hello, Fortuno. Harris, I've already shown the others inside. I want to speak with Clara Lady. She has the key to the lift and can send you down after me.
Down we go.
Waits for me. Damn these tiny legs. It's Master Fortune. So games out of sight. And down we go. Here we proceed to the heart of Labyrinthos and its most closely guarded secret, Thomsey. It marks the beginning and end of our efforts, whether we delve to seek audience with the star, and once we will embark on our journey to the heavens. This way, please.
That thing definitely has elegant tech in it.
Yep. Teague ship. I bid you welcome to...
I bet Sid was frothing at the mouth when he first heard of this.
Oh, definitely. Bid you welcome to Thomazine. Direct your attention toward the center to behold the ark over which we have long labored. As you can see, it was designed as a medium-sized craft, better to reduce fuel consumption. Many terrorizing magics have been applied to its interior to ensure that the thrust-to-weight ratio does not place too great a limitation on its freight capacity. The ether burner, as you know, has been removed for further modification, but we shall reattach it soon enough. I received word that Kokol and several of your allies are working on it with an intense fervor. They are sure to see it done. It is by their expertise that many a prior disaster was averted. If anything, I fear they will not afford us much time for speaking with Heidelin as they finish. Point taken. Let us move on. I must warn you again, however, that even with the benefit of our device, to treat with her is not a simple feat. I've done what I can to impress upon you the gravity of what lies ahead. Are you prepared? Oh, we're so close. We got time to go a little further, right? Alright. We have this. We have a couple of duties, and then I think it's on to the last map, where we can probably afford to stop. We are very close.
Oh, yeah.
Alright. Level 89, her children, one and all. Make for the lift at the center of this chamber. Come. Oh yeah, Red, if you're there, message Canther that we're gonna need his help shortly.
Alright. Agencies with Brady doing anything, CEPs that are probably doing their thing already right now.
Well, he did say to message him if we needed him, so.
Okay, I'll try anyways.
Alright. Dippy dip tap. As you all know, alongside our physical world exists an ethereal plane, what we refer to as the ethereal sea. The heart of the star, the physical and ethereal are one and the same. Thus, the deeper we go, the easier it becomes to pass between said planes. Utilize this principle in constructing the anti-tower, and once more here in Thaumacy. No sooner did the Forum decide that an exodus from the star would be necessary than it began work on this discovery. Work culminated in a device that allowed us to peer deeper into the ethereal sea than ever before, in search of Heidelin's ever fainter echoes. Tippy tip tap tap. The Ishascope. And you communicate with her through this device. I think so. It's not ever, like, actually said in a cutscene, I don't think. Though Calamity, it has been rare to hear even a whisper. If you wish to reach her, you must journey closer to the center of the star than we have ever dared, beyond the Ishascope. Even so, I make no guarantee that you will find her, nor of your safety. Not so deep in the ethereal sea. We understand, but if we are to deliver this world, we have no choice but to try. What's going on with my connection right now?
Good question.
I only wish we could do more than observe your progress from afar. The Ishascope's ocular lens, by which we may peer into the ethereal sea without placing ourselves at hazard, lies above us. Through it, we can watch and guide you. In those swirling depths, there are pockets of ether so dense and turbulent that they can unravel one's soul. If we determine that you are at risk of coming into contact with such a pocket, we will recall you with teleportation magics. To that end, it would be best if one familiar with the composition of your souls remained here to assist in assessing said risk. Otherwise, there's an increased probability that we will extract you too early, or too late. Please, allow me. I have thought upon this much, and in truth, I do not believe that I am fit to join you in the trials ahead. Events at the Tower of Babel drained me, yes, but even before that, your capabilities far outstrip my own. This is no time to have a weak link in our vanguard, no matter how much she may wish it were otherwise. If I assist in the manner that Master Fortuno has laid out, however, I may still be of use. Will you trust in me to do so? I can think of none I'd trust more. Compared to all that effort we put into keeping us alive while our souls were in the first, preventing us from dissolving into ether on a single expedition ought to pose no challenge at all. Even if we did, I expect you would hunt us down and restore us to health somehow. Fucking stinging. You flatter me, but rest assured I will be keeping a close eye on all of you. There is one more thing. Those in ages past referred to the ethereal sea as the underworld, our final resting place. In its embrace is memory washed away, leaving only the purity of one's soul, or so we believe. Yet what of these memories? Do you think to ask what becomes of them, cast adrift on ethereal tides? Some theorize that they linger for some time, as associated with strong sentiment in particular. In those depths, memories of the departed may even coalesce around you, for hatred or for love. Thus do I caution you to be wary, but also to have faith. Remember those who did gladly extend a hand to you, and they may lift you up once more.
Alright, so the Aisha Scope is the dungeon.
Yep. Dungeon time.
Cantor said he'd be there shortly.
Alright.
In the meantime, try. You're about to receive a little gift. Cobbled together right now.
Oh.
New gear.
Alright.
I just had a dose of your gear. It's like, yeah, we may want to fix that.
We're starting to get to the point where we're gonna have to start getting some better gear.
Gotcha.
I would try to get the other ones together, but there's one material, soft silver ingot, that's a bit pricey right now.
And where's that gathered from?
Soft silver ingots crafted from soft silver ore, and I'm trying to think the other one is Thapnir.
What do you mean unable to apply glamour plates here? What?
Because we're not in a and we're not in a city area.
Okay, so Okay, this is not my usual look.
Well, we have a minute, so if you want to go back and then do your thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not like I have to be in this direct location to enter the dungeon with you guys, so.
Nope.
No, you just had to have it unlocked and you already did it.
Yep.
We'll just quickly go to the state. That'll be a good quick loading spot.
Yep.
Not about doing the gear, but it's like we're also close to the armor unlock, so he'll be able to grab that instead. So. It'll be as good as what I crafted, but it'll be far better than what he's got on right now. Yeah, because he still has all level 80 gear on yet. Accessories.
Why is Mist taking so long to load? What the fuck?
I have no idea.
Oh, there we go. Alright, so then boop. And the glamour plate. Want that. That one.
Yeah, it's for the soft silver ore. I'm not sure where that's gathered, because I think that's one of the
Oh, is that
get stuff, get scripts to even unlock the location.
Ah, it's one of those. Okay.
Yeah, probably. We're talking Diageo skier, so that's like in-game expert stuff normally.
Right. It wasn't the monocle I had on. Was it the hard silver magnifiers or what?
I don't remember.
I need to change this glamour plate from the red mage mask at some point, God.
Alright, he's on if you want to send the invitation.
Oh, he is, okay.
Magnifiers.
And he just said ready.
Yep, there we are. Awesome.
Good to go.
Yep, I'm all set.
Okay.
Alright, let's go!
Ready?
To the center of the to the center of the star.
Yep.
Now, first time not really being near the entrance for one of these due to, getting my glamour plate all fixed up. Is it going to, like, for story reasons, is it going to teleport me back, or am I going to have to manually go back afterward?
It'll teleport you back once we're done.
Awesome. Yeah, I wasn't sure how that works for dungeons or after I execute.
This place is pretty.
Yeah. The good old Final Fantasy Mystic Blue.
Yeah.
Wait, what's he talking about in the chat there?
Ron Key and Red apparently had this before. They had
Those things are pure malcontent. The residue of lives unfulfilled.
I gotta take you guys out first, Andrew. My connection being stinky.
Oh,
It is especially not good because I'm the healer. Yeah, Catherine, you might have to lean in a bit on the mitigation in case. Like connecting decides I don't fuck up. Just know that I am trying my best. What do you mean?
Oh, I think I finally hit the dungeon levels where I can use another ender. Let's go.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're baggy in here, so you can use the deck sander. Alright, combo.
Slow fade.
I do this jerk bot again.
Yep, it's Albert.
I'll tell you, limb from limb.
Like Fortune said, memories.
Yep.
Yep.
What's this yellow flame do?
Give
You're
it a
about to
second.
see the moment.
Rush familiar with the memory of the physical side takes forward.
Oh my god. I just noticed that my single target thunder and arrow are also updating now because right when I can actually use tier 3.
Whee! Hi. Back in Castrum.
Yep.
I love the animation for resolution. Oh shit. I was too lost in the sauce.
Your tunnel. Yeah, I get that.
That's a good time to do that. Alright.
Being directly up in your face is not the best idea.
That's the moment I made the combos.
Then, hey, I think I did all that.
Oh wait, no, Arrow, Thunder, 2 were level 18. Never mind, I've had Thunder while my brain was just going to be quick layout. Nope.
It's gonna be a no for me, guys.
What? Rude. And then
Used it.
oh shit. I'm not quite sure how with that attack.
It's the ones that are like lighting up like Christmas trees.
Yeah, the tentacles. Watch the glowing tentacles for what you don't want to get inside of them.
Yep, I see.
Follow the flow of ether.
Oh,
It will guide you.
Oh, right, yeah, it's over here. Dirt.
So you see, walk to the other side of the arena moments.
Yeah.
The ether is too dense. Ah, I'm losing you.
Oh, that looks so cool.
It really does. Get back here, you tall bastard.
that first one was probably Emo, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not S. There we go.
This one you want to come here.
Yeah. In a rush of familiar delight, the memory of a kind-hearted knight takes form. Yeah. Everyone I've watched go past that point is like, oh my god, Forge Font.
I mean, I still have House Forge Font Knight as my title.
Yeah. Forge Font. Okay, things seem, knock on wood, things seem to have evened out.
I have my Scorch nice and queued up.
And time for another.
Hello, Rattata. Who unfortunately only got
this guy showed up.
Cape Westwind. He's the guy.
Oh, Westwind guy.
He's the guy we started rushing.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
The thing with Cape Westwind, my brain replied.
Yeah, he's the guy who unfortunately only got his boss upgrade after he got past that part.
That poor fucker.
Yeah. You know what I'm gonna do?
Right side.
Oh.
Follow the danger.
I'm trying to figure out why he needs to back out and bring the sign.
Oh, damn. Why? Watch the ground.
Watch it. Spot.
Yep, we're good.
Oh, okay, not anymore.
Not there.
I was gonna say spot. They said fuck you.
Pretty much.
Fuck you, no, you're not.
I just want to play.
Yep.
Yep. Shells off this time.
I think this one.
Yeah.
Is there health?
Yeah, one bar drains faster than the
Back
others.
here, back here. Oh, I just turned that on.
Yep. Over here. Everyone take
At least one health is low up for him.
Yeah.
You know, in the afterlife.
Yeah.
Why?
Because look that guy in person.
Oh my god. It's not like...
Why me?
healing items.
All the healing items. Whee!
Yeah, it's fun designing a Keep of Sea dungeon.
Oh, yeah. That was supposed to be Minnesota.
Have a play, buddy.
I'm up there.
Oh, there's Minfilia.
Yep.
Just hadn't gotten to it yet.
Wait, there you go. Till now. Yep.
I'm standing here and suddenly orange cone.
Suddenly
Yeah. There we go. Oh.
Jesus. That's boss. Who could this be?
Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
Is as far as you go.
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
Fucking damn it, Almond. Go the fuck away.
Many faces have I worn, but this is my favorite by far.
Mechanic to know. He's gonna light up the floor points into pizza slices. Get on the ones that are filling up slower, and wait for the other ones.
You will persist in this folly no longer.
Yep. Yeah, okay, pretty unstable, yeah.
The stage is set.
Also, I go joke with that Boston first episode, it was like, there's like two voice lines about it. I'm like, oh, god damn it.
Also, when kids attack say left and right, they mean his left and right.
Yeah.
Having this development called Fire, I got more games. Yeah. Ow.
Let the curtains rise for the main attraction.
And remember, Surges is like, oh god, what do I do? Alright, get out of the center. Hi, Sam.
Up here. Yep. And breaks get behind me.
My, what a boorish audience you are.
Comes in to save our ass one last time.
Oh, Jesus Christ! I thought it was still on. I thought it was still on.
Nope.
That's what are you doing? This is painless.
Yeah.
I'm already on the right spot. That. Scorch. And revive.
You know, it's easier to heal you when you're not all the way over in fucking Narnia. Just saying.
Oh, that was cool. Oh, that one. I didn't see the cast mark. That was before I saw the mark on before we got in the way.
Oh, get up over that.
Yep, I see it.
There's another one coming after this. Yep, up, stay here.
Yep. Same direction.
Yep.
Oh, 1-1.
Yeah, fucked up.
1-2.
Oh! I may have to hold it if you was only at like 1% health, but you go overhauling.
Oh, an actual casting. Plus whatever tribe may have gotten from beating them.
Your dreams, your hopes, your futures, delusions and lies.
He had obnoxious prick. He had to get the same hearing before he could leave the chest.
Just looking up, just like, okay.
Now stay dead.
at first. Loading.
My very essence begins to wane. Sweet, sweet agony.
Leave this to him.
Come to deal the coup de grace. Watching you struggle against the inevitable is bad comedy. Erase me from existence, soul and all. How would you know that name? Then it was you, in Elpis, with Emet-Selch. The final pieces fall into place. In my halcyon days, as the mortal Ammon, I was haunted by a dream. Night after night, the faceless multitude, the voiceless cries, shards of shattered memories. But slowly, the fog began to clear. This was Elpis. And I was Hermes. Recurring though it was, I paid this dream little heed. It was only when I was granted the seat and memories of Fandaniel that I knew these visions to be true. They were the memories of Hermes that he himself erased using the power of Kairos. Or so he thought. In his attempt to burn away the events of that fateful day, he succeeded only in searing them more deeply into his soul. My soul. Death failed to expunge them, no matter how many times it came. Rebirth after rebirth, from one Fandaniel to the next. I wonder, is Emet-Selch adrift somewhere in this ethereal sea? In defeat, finally remembering your time together in Elpis? How it must gall him to be entrusted with knowledge of the final days, only to be rendered powerless to act upon it. So many lifetimes dedicated to restoring his beloved Amarok, in blissful ignorance. Oh, folly. But make no mistake, my life as Hermes is not the reason I invited the world's end. I have lived. I have struggled. I have dredged the very depths of despair. And in the detritus of existence, I found the truth. I served a great ruler, powerful beyond measure. The world his dominion. Yet even he and his vast empire were destined to fall, to become one with oblivion. At the end of life's journey lies only death. So I ask you, why live at all? We betray, we torment, we murder. We are wicked, spiteful creatures, without exception. If life is so sacred, so precious, why fill it with such misery? Man wallows in a hell of his own making without purpose or meaning. To live is to suffer, and I would end that suffering by my own hand. It matters not if it flies in the face of all believed right and just. Death is the only solution! That is my truth, my answer to the question. And yet, even as the words pass my lips, I am filled with doubt. Has my search reached its end? Was this the only way? After all these years, is this the answer I was hoping for?
The lamentations of the damned. How it vexes me to see your conviction falter at the last. Van Daniel, still clinging to existence, I see. You, who champion death so fervently, unwilling to accept your own, refusing to be purified and swept into the sea of souls. As do I. We prisoners. Though unlike me, you will be spared the ignominy of having your corpse made a puppet, dancing to another's tune.
This is a character I didn't expect to see back.
Arsene? How very astute. But let me be clear, I have not come to consort with the likes of you. Nor have I come to bemoan the state of the world following my untimely demise. In fact, I delight in mankind's downfall and the anguish it brings the savior of the savages. If I played some small part in the chaos, all the better. Not that I was in any position to resist. But to be made accomplice to the betrayal of Lord Xenos. I would die 1,000 deaths to exact my vengeance.
Dick Rider to the last.
Now you are at my mercy. I shall drag us both into oblivion, and you will never see the fulfillment of your magnum
#Asahi, the ultimate Dick Rider.
Even should you be reborn, your desperate search for answers must start again.
Use me to cause all this apocalypse shit, but how do you make me betray Xenos?
Pretty much.
Even here, even now, you have every right to hate me. For the fool I was, for the monster I became.
I forgot how long this scene took.
But I will not beg forgiveness. The tale of Hermes, the man who knew so much, yet understood so little, ends here.
Don't try to follow me. I had more of you people than I could stomach in life.
I think part of what made that scene take so long is just the fact that Alma went full Shakespeare soliloquy.
Yeah.
Likewise.
He likes to do that.
I pray we do not meet again.
Yeah, it is very fitting for him, good lord.
You had better hope not.
Never saw them again. Thank fucking God.
Come. Hydaelyn is waiting.
Here we go.
Yep. There's Hydaelyn's crystal.
Yep. Crystal we saw all the way at the start. Is now in front of us.
Oh, that's a sick
Brave
design.
travelers, I welcome you.
Yep. I remember the first time around, the instant I saw that model, I'm like, oh, we're gonna have to fight her. Merigenvana.
I see. Thou didst journey unto Elpis. And now, the rivers of time converge. I know why you have come. Yet I would hear you speak your reasons all the same.
You created the moon to deliver mankind from the final days. But is that really how it has to end? We do not wish to abandon this world. We want to protect the source and all of its shards.
To flee is but one of two paths. The other leadeth to Meteon, far beyond the stars, where she doth chant creation's requiem. Her domain is formed of dynamis, pure, absolute. Where emotion and memory govern all, ether will avail you naught. Meteon hath gathered the pain and despair of countless stars, and to go unprepared is to go unto your doom.
We'll beat her. We'll win. I swear it. Is what I might have said once.
Is what I would
After
say.
everything I've seen, all the times I've succumbed to my own anger and fear. I can no longer pretend that courage and faith will be enough. But are we truly so powerless that our only choice is to flee?
Far from it, my child. Long ago, the inhabitants of myriad stars, many more prosperous than Atheris, sought to free their worlds from life's woes. Sorrow and anger, conflict and hostility, despair, and even death itself. But as Meteon reported, every attempt ended in failure. Darkness abideth within every living being, and can never be cast out. Neither reason nor faith can challenge this immutable truth. To live is to suffer. And in suffering, find strength and purpose and hope. As you have done so many times before. Thou dost pursue an impossible dream, yet knowing this, you pursue it nevertheless. And thou hast learned to depend on others as they do thee. Thy yearning for the power to save the powerless hath ever driven thee to greater heights. Thou hast grown strong. Though those closest to thee no longer walketh by thy side, their love remaineth thy guiding light. For duty's sake, thou hast been bound by truths unutterable time and time again. Yet thy heart hath never wavered, as thy companions will attest. In thy pursuit of mysteries great, all thou believest is brought into question. Undaunted, thy thirst for knowledge remaineth unquenched. The fires of hatred that once burned in thy heart burneth no more. From their ashes doth spring the light of love, warm and pure. As witness to black calamity, thou despaired at man's helplessness. Resolved, thou didst unite a distant world on the brink of collapse. And thou, my champion, when all did seem lost, thou never abandoned hope. For every trial and every foe that did bar thy way, thou hast proven equal to the challenge, drawing courage from the many bonds forged on thy journey. You have all known despair, and though the end approacheth, you walk on, heads held high. Therein lieth your power, the strength to silence the song of oblivion.
then there is a means to confront her.
Yes, if you should prove yourselves worthy. Hark! Nigh impossible is it to send mortals to the edge of the universe. Should you fail, there will be no second chance. As the will of the star, I ask of you this. Do you possess the fortitude to stand firm when all around you doth crumble? Do you possess the faith to vanquish despair itself? Should you lack the strength to best a supreme deity, I cannot allow you to make the journey. You must leave this star and never return. Prepare yourselves.
Prove ourselves worthy, eh? Sounds straightforward enough.
Aye. No room for confusion there.
In any case, we've come too far to back down now.
I am of the same mind. What power I have, I shall bring to bear.
Yep.
The three of you seem to be forgetting who we're up against. It's not every day we battle a divine being of untold power. Well, not quite every day. Do try not to get underfoot. Needless to say, there'll be no margin for error.
Let us hold nothing back. For the people of this world and those beyond the rift.
Alas, the question I posed to thee in Elpis hath remained unanswered these long years. I would hear thy response, warrior of light. Shouldst thou emerge victorious?
Hey.
The Mother Crystal, now accessible.
Oh boy.
This was the first main series trial to allow you to do duty support.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Alright. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Times.
Well,
after this quest, we'll probably call it streaming.
Yeah, this feels like an end of spring quest.
wait. Fun fact about this song. This song specifically is called Your Answer. Meant to be a sort of response piece to the song Answers that we've been hearing since the start of the game. As long as we're waiting, I'm gonna... Never mind.
This posted in the other person chat I mentioned before, just with the image spoiler block on. Endwalker update. Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go. Divine light. You know, it's funny. Once upon a time, I farmed the extreme for as many of the weapons
The
as I
last
could
of my kind shall test thee. Come, prove thy worth.
And now I can hardly remember the fight.
Some of the weapons you get are like themed like her sword there.
Yep. Fun fact, I am currently using one of those for glamour.
Ah.
Have you the strength of will to alter man's fate?
Divine light or some such. Hey, who actually got that? I had to desync all the weapons out.
Change of arms. May the test continue.
I will say I find very vain that my current weapon flavor is the first that
Get in.
When near or far. And now this.
No, we're kind of dull about it, but...
Away.
Out.
Light unyielding.
Next one, the blue one.
That one I believe is
that breaks my turn.
Okay, yeah, the next one should be the blue one. This is a cross facing the tank, so on the corners, on this direction.
By flame!
Yeah.
Oh my god, guys, step out of the
Buster.
You are lucky you had a shield.
Oh, yeah, I should have
got hit by every single one.
Yeah. Basically, they fucking take everything.
What's right?
When near or far.
God damn it, I
And 4.
Corners.
Yep.
By blade!
Yeah, right, I recognize that animation. I thought it was over here.
Crystals of light, to me.
Guys, if I was to look at it,
you add phase, please. Yep. It's like, hey, recognize the same
Here. The song of creation's end. Feel. The sorrow of hope's demise.
Find your way in the darkness.
Oh, alright.
Follow your light.
That's the pistol. Let's go.
Or fly, my children, and never look back.
And I'm assuming with one... Yeah.
Then you
I'm
are
assuming if one
resolved.
crystal was still alive, that would just fuck us up.
Yeah.
But this test is far from over.
Yeah, I'm not going to later.
I remember
My
that
crystals and lights.
mechanic being a lot more finicky, not finicky, more precise in X-Storm.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I don't remember the exact nature of it because I was always on Reaper and my focus was just on taking out the crystal.
Light unyielding.
But apparently, the ads would apparently tether to the crystals and you had to take them out like in a circle.
Refulgence eternal.
Right.
Yeah, that one I just tried to get away time by turn, but it didn't like code. So that's fun enough. Because I gotta rebuild my meter. I was like right about to go there for Yep. Yep, I remember right.
We're near
what the
or far.
Extremely.
We're high or low.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Another dancer point, so there we are.
Oh, yeah,
Coming back. I'm not gonna like use dancer right. Yeah, coming on back on that side. That was what she said.
My blade.
Oh, I missed my Already got mixed up on which card is counted as corner.
Succumb not to fear.
What the fuck?
Death by radar.
Oh, you want to do the leftover vulnerability?
Oh shit, it is. I'm in danger. Dude. Trying to find the safe spot.
I had literally just revived and then got walked into me.
Everyone takes shit. We're gonna need it.
We're near or far.
Yeah, we were that.
That one gets back to me vulnerability. Fuck me over. Oh god!
What's the way?
That way somehow snuck up on you. What the fuck?
Oh, it's worse than extreme.
I bet.
Light unyielding!
Oh god. Enough with the stack!
She goes here.
I'll get a melee combo off this fight. Good lord.
We've almost got it. Doesn't matter.
Like that.
Yeah. Little messy, but we got it.
Yeah. The latter half did not like me.
Me neither.
At last, man has the strength to.
They aim to fight both Zodiac and Highlander and
Yep. Get a screenshot of Heidelin first.
Yeah, let's see what I have before we get out of here.
That is under the extra.
Let me know when you're about to take it.
Why?
Done bow emote. You can kind of, if you know anything about the previous bow emote.
No, it's got to be
Okay, cool. So we all set?
And... Yep. Yeah, commendation.
It got done. That's surprising.
Wait, I got commendations? How? I died so many times!
No! This can't be
You
happening!
never know. Sometimes you just do and you don't think you're going to.
Though my power is in constant flux, I have always kept a reserve for this very moment.
I don't know how.
It was a true test of your prowess. You have done well.
There is one thing I must ask.
Oh my
By
God.
sundering the world into
One of my
14
friends
shards,
responded to
the
a
ether
Vine
of
post
all
about
living
working chat
beings
with
too
party
is
at
divided.
moms.
This reduction would in theory allow us to more easily interact with Dynamis. Having seen mankind brought to the very precipice of extinction,
That's good. That's
you
a good
wished
one.
for us to develop a means to overcome despair. You believed we had the potential, and sundered all creation to see it fulfilled, to deliver us to that swirling maelstrom of Dynamis in which our foe hides, and grant us the power to defeat her once and for all. Is this not true?
It is as thou sayest. 'Twas the trial to which I subjected mankind, and it hath led to untold bloodshed and suffering. There was no kindness, nor justice in the tragedy I wrought. When confronted with the almighty Zodiac, my only recourse was rend him and the world asunder, that his power be diminished for a time. And so it came to pass. Now you, my chosen, have surpassed my expectations, surpassed me. I entrust the fate of the universe unto you. This crystal contains the memory of Meteion's passage through the stars. Deliver it unto the Loporrits. They will guide you to her.
Though they may be capable, there is a vast difference between traveling to the moon and the furthermost reaches of the great expanse. And unlike Meteion, we cannot simply soar on waves of dynamis to our destination.
Indeed. To make such a journey would require an astronomical amount of ether. But a solution lieth close at hand.
Of course.
Yes, my child. Ever since I became the will of the star, the ether drawn here had slowly crystallized. They who have answered my call know it well. While I have remained hidden, it hath become the embodiment of the planet's will in my place. A faceless, omnipotent force of nature. The Mother Crystal, our final hope. Alas, I can do no more. The fulfillment of this task doth fall to you, my chosen. Now, heed these words. Darkness and light, despair and hope, as goeth one, so goeth the other. Become light, become hope. I have a gift for thee. Come closer. Long have I searched for a means to safeguard the future of this star. Though I knew failure after failure, by recalling thy tales and my promise to thee, I found the strength to carry on. Though the world is ever changing, thy thirst for adventure hath never waned. Thine unshakable resolve never ceases to amaze, to inspire. As a mark of my gratitude, I bestow this final gift. Thou dost possess the crystal of Azum, yes? As Heidelin, I reside over the forces of stasis, tranquility, peace. The laws which impart stability to existence itself. I will weave this self-same power into the crystal, granting thee mastery over matter, to give form to the formless. Use it wisely, or it will not last indefinitely. As thou hast seen on thy journey through the ethereal sea, souls are drawn to thee. Mayhap this trait will prove to be a boon rather than a hindrance.
Beauty Finder is canon.
It is thy hopes and prayers that enable Azam's invocations and give them life. So keep them close. But pray, remember this. When the way forward is hidden, even from the mind's eye, look not to the invocation, but within yourself. These were the words of the crystal's original bearer. With that, my work is finished. Fulfill our promise. Right the wrongs committed when the world was yet whole. Silence the song of oblivion. Teach her a brighter melody. Show her our journey is far from over. Of this, I have no doubt, for yours is a light brilliant beyond measure. Long after I have gone, though not even my soul remaineth, my love will be with you forever, my dearest children.
God, that song makes me tear up every time. Okay.
What a thing.
Alright.
Yep.
So based on how this is all going, Dawn Trail really is 14-2 in terms of story, huh?
Pretty much. Let me know when you're talking to Force, you know.
Like.
Alright. I am glad to see you well. We could roughly place your souls, deep as you went. We could neither see nor hear you. The fluctuations in your ether near the end give me quite a fright. What in the world happened? So, about Heidelin.
We may have just fought God.
And she's not there anymore. You mean to say Heidelin is... No, there's no time to feel our feelings. We must carry out Heidelin's will without delay. We'll find Meteon if it's the last thing we do. You wouldn't mind handing over the crystal, that is. The fancy navigatory one. the edge of the universe, where congregates the despair of countless stars, you are determined to see this through? We are. Should words fail us, we will fight to the bitter end. I know that it pains you to accept this. Would that I need ask nothing more of you. Yet we have only two means to travel the great expanse, the moon and Charlian's Ark. I am all too aware that without both of them there will be no exodus, but I nevertheless beg you to honor the agreement we made. The Forum's decision will be honored. You have earned the right to use the ship as you see fit, and I could not rescind it even if I wanted to. If that happens, I do not, and would do all within my power to aid your cause. With that settled, might I suggest you rest a while? Proving oneself to Heidelin is never easy. Despite her unparalleled genius, we'll need a day to make the necessary calculations. You may as well take advantage of it. Can chart the course through the Sea of Stars in a single day? He can't.
Smart buddies.
Intello buddies. Shall we head above ground for some fresh air then? Perhaps a nap? Sounds like a fucking plan.
We just traveled through basically the afterlife and fuck god, we need a nap.
Yep, before we head out into space! Nothing mad. The music inside Labyrinthos should be back to normal. I fucking hope.
And still loading for me, because loading is fun sometimes.
I know, right?
Alright. Still better than with the old laptop, good lord.
And you're taking the long way, I see.
That shard.
There we go.
Oh yeah, so one fun thing. That archipelago I mentioned I am part of.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I was able to get a key for Luigi's Mansion that apparently just opened up the rest of the goddamn seat for everybody as a result.
Yay! Aha! Been expecting you. Heard about your foray into the ethereal sea. Students have ventured far and wide, but never quite so deep as that. Are you experiencing any after effects from your prolonged exposure? Nausea? Dizziness? Hauntings? Well, have a pleasant sleep, and if you do experience any unusual phenomena, please let me know. I shall add it to our records. Hurry to your chamber? Yes.
So reassuring.
Later that evening.
I still love how he's like, I'm already dead, why do I have to see your fucking faces?
The moon. Love that we're just asleep in our full-on gear.
There you are. Some time, indeed, yes. For you, at least. Believe me, I'd meant to get some proper sleep. But here we are.
I believe so,
drifting along instead. Well, well. You too. And so we remain, to watch and wonder. Yes, indeed. To begin, we first must see the end.
All right. And with that, we can end stream here. Thank you all so much for joining us. Next time, we finally make our way to space!
Yeah.
And I'll be back in roughly half an hour or so with some Mario Party. See you guys then.